All right, everybody, welcome back to POVPOOL. We have in our commentating booth Coll with Coll Cues, and we have Daniel Busch versus Reyes for our Hard Times first Sunday 9-ball tournament.
Hi, everybody. So what are they racing to? Hey, what are you guys racing to? Race to 4?
Had to ask me a tough one, huh?
Coin toss for the break? No lag?
Don't say that on the live stream.
So I take it Rey won the coin toss? All right, let's see it.
That coin's tossed, you're on your own.
I thought we were friends.
Friends on the pool table? I didn't know that existed. I thought all friends were enemies on the pool table.
So win or lose, they're both in the money at this point.
Okay, so Rey gets the first break. Let's get the game started. Rey saying he's scared of the camera. Let's just hope the camera's not scared of him. Oh, first ball off the table, out of the break. Equipment-wise, I think Daniel's playing with a OBQ and OB Shaft OB Classic with a sniper tip from Tiger Products. And Reyes playing, I believe, with the same shaft with the Davini Q with a Kamui Soft Clear Black.
He just had this sniper tip put on last week, I believe. A little bit of an adjustment for him.
A Tiger Product sponsor of you guys now?
We are working with Tiger, yes.
Awesome. Good people over there.
Yes. Tony has been very nice. And, thanks for reminding me.
So let's see here. He's got the 2, the 4's a little stuck behind the 9 back there. 7's not the easiest. Not the easiest table here. I'm curious to see how he's going to get on this 4-ball. He's not sure if it's frozen on the rail, but he's up against the rail back there looking at the 3-ball. All right. I'm not entirely sure what he was going to do with the 4. Maybe play a safety with that afterwards. 3-ball didn't get very easy from there either. For anybody that just joined us, the game just started. Race to 4. Count is 0-0. First game right now. Daniel Busch against Reyes. I'm going to have to come up with some stories to fill up the dead space, huh? I've never been accused of not talking enough.
you know,
That's
everyone's
a great
first
shot.
time.
Ray just banked the 3 ball to get great shape on the 4 ball. It's a little bit straight, though. We'll see how he can get back on this 5 ball. Geraldine, do you have a is there an angle, a higher angle that I can look at on this that you can have on the computer, or is it slow down what you're trying to do?
This is what you want to see?
I'm trying to see if that gives me a better perspective, but I don't. Yeah, there you go. All right, so he's got a little bit of angle, not much. Well, he can see it. He can cut it. Let's see if he maybe come back down for that 6 ball, if he's going to go with inside or if he's going to come around the table to get to it. Oh, come around the table for shape, but the shape cost him the shot. Well, let's see what Daniel's trying to do here. He's looking at the angle to see if he can get to the 9 ball, carry him off the 5. But I think the 8 might be a little on the way. I don't know if he can get it off the rail. No clear shot on the 5 that he can get shape on the 6 off, so might as well try to make the 9 or play some kind of safe. Look at that! He actually made the 5, almost made the 9 in the same shot. But this 6 ball's no peach. Oh. Yeah. I'm not sure if he tried to go for a 2-way shot or if he was just trying to make the 6. But he's given up his turn. Reyes got 4 balls left on the table with a pretty easy shot on the 6. Maybe a 7-9 combo after shooting the 6. Yep. Like it. I can't tell if the 9 has got a little of the corner in the way, or if he could probably see it. He's going to try to combo the 7-9. Oh, 7-9 combo. First game is done. Ray. Daniel trying to pull a fast one and shove the cue ball right there in the pocket. See if if he can trick Ray into believing that he's crashed after his shot, but Ray's not buying it. It's a good try, Daniel. I'm pretty sure the host's not allowed to win anyway, so. I think it's in the rule book. I think it's in the rule book somewhere.
I'll settle for second.
It's just like when I build a pool cue for somebody. I'm not allowed to beat them after they pay for the cue.
Thanks for sitting in.
Hey, no problem, man. Anytime.
You didn't trust me by myself.
What are you going to do about all the complaints you're going to be getting on the...
Same thing he does with everyone else.
Here's Ray breaking for the second game, a race to 4. The count right now is 1-0. Ray. let me see, dry break, I think. Yep, dry break. No shot on the one ball. 4 and 7 are locked up. 3 and 9. I don't know. That 3 and 9 might be dead to that corner pocket if you can manage to get to that 3. Daniel's pushing. Try pushing in the middle of the game, but nobody lets me. They keep calling shenanigans. So Daniel pushed into the 3 ball to try to get the dead ball a little out of whack, so the game's not over in 3 shots. Reyes was trying to play a safety, moving the one ball to the middle of the top rail and bringing the cue ball behind the 2, but managed to catch the 2 on the way back. Still not really an easy table. 3's locked up, 4 and 7 locked up. Got to figure out. He's got to figure out how to. Even if he made the 1, how he's going to get on the 2, maybe go up the rail and come back. Daniel decided to play a safety, leave him on the bottom rail, and he's trying to hide the 1. I think Reyes still has a little bit of it that he can see. Oh, that was a good shot. He got on the 2 ball. I don't know how he's going to manage to get on the 3 ball. He might have to play a safety off the 3 ball. Even if he can get on the 3 ball somehow or break it out somehow, he still has that 4. 4, I guess, goes in on all the way up on the top corner of the table. But any shape other than that, that 4 ball doesn't really go anywhere. Well, Reyes went with the safety, pushing the 2 ball over to close to the 3 and the 9. Maybe he has an opportunity down there to make something happen if Daniel fouls, but I think Daniel has a clear view of it.
So, Carlos, I know you work a lot. How much pool do you get in, let's say, a week?
Am I going to get in trouble for saying this? No, actually, I'm kind of my own boss, so as long as my girlfriend's not around, I'm my own boss, so I can play whenever I want. But
when she's around, she's your boss.
I try to go. We get a pretty good deal right now at House of Billiards in Santa Monica because all league members get half price on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays.
Oh wow!
Wednesdays after league, Thursdays after 7:30. So every day except Wednesday after 7:30. Obviously not Friday and Saturday because they're the 2 busiest days. But any league member, we have an in-house league. There's about 26 tables, so we got roughly a little bit north of 80 members, I think, in that one in-house league. And to keep the room busy and to help the league members, they let us play after 7 on certain tables after 7:30. So most of the days I won't play on Fridays or Saturdays because it's just the rates are ridiculous. But no, we're spoiled. The room is really nice. It's only like 3 miles away from where I live. So, and then I try to come down here to Hard Times to hang out with the people I don't get to see there every day.
You mean be a railbird? So you play in league over there as well?
Yeah, I play in the league over there. I mean, I'm not a big 8-ball fan, but I play just because my friends are playing. I'd rather play 1 pocket, but I'm starting to play a little bit of 9-ball. I'm not a big fan of a game where you can make most of the balls and still lose. But Daniel's got to stretch a little bit for the 4 ball here. You know, like you go 4 ball, go off the rail, come back up for the 5, 6. You know, it is not the most difficult table, so he should be able to get most of these in at least. Yeah. I try to play, but I tinker so much. You know, I'm always trying out new equipment and new shafts and I mean, it's part of what I have to do to make sure that my players, you know, when they come to me with a problem, I can put them on the right equipment. So I try it, you know, every time a new tip comes out, I install it, or new ferro, or, you know, there goes 6 ball, 8 straight in the side, follow it up a little bit off the rail to get on the 9, or shorten it right down there to get on the 9. This game should be over. Stay away from that pocket, big guy. There you go. It's a straight-in shot on the 9 ball. But, yeah, like I did a thing with Alex Pavilion a couple of weeks ago, and then he gave me some food for thought on his theory of the kind of shaft that he likes. Match is tied now, 1-1, Daniel and Ray.
You're so funny. You speak fast, like a
Like a commentator? I can do it in Spanish, too.
like a horse race commentator.
like an auctioneer. I hear one. Do I hear one? I got two. No, 3. I got it. We got it. That's my Puerto Rican heritage. We speak very fast. We start cutting words in half and stuff. It's entertaining. No, but, you know, Alex gave me some food for thought on some of the of his theory of what he likes, and it was a little bit unorthodox from most of what everybody else is putting out there. So, you know, I first thing I did is go home and start making prototype shafts just to, you know, Daniel scratch on the break, ball in hand for Ray. To try to see, you know, he's one of the best players of all time. So, you know, when somebody like that tells you something, you gotta, as a cue builder, you gotta go and check it out and see how it correlates. And I had to say, I made a prototype for myself. I made him a couple of protos for him to play with, and I'm playing with it right now. He was right, so you know, we'll see. I'm gonna try it out here today after we're done with some of the. When you guys tell me to finally shut the hell up, I'll go try it out. Ray hooked himself on the 8 ball, I think.
Daniel said if Carlos
if
says
I use the
fuck.
F word, if I use the F word, I get 86th. Yeah. Well, I guess he wasn't hooked. He could see it clearly from over here. It looked like he was hooked. Everything's pretty open. As long as he doesn't get behind the 6 ball for the 5, he should be fine.
So how did you get into making cues?
You know, I'm a little OCD, so I was kind of getting annoyed when my repairs were taking too long, and you know, when I was asking somebody to do stuff for me, it wasn't coming out exactly the same way I wanted it, or I would have to wait a week. Then I would get the tip, then it was done wrong, or it would fall off, and then I would have to wait another week. And so I just went ahead and got me a little lathe to do my own repairs, and then from repairs it goes into doing bigger repairs to then you want to put your own stuff together and experiment, and eventually my spare bedroom turns into a shop, and girlfriend gets mad because there's wood chips everywhere.
It's like that restaurant where you walk on the wood chips.
Yeah, which is like the Philly cheesesteak sandwich restaurant over in downtown LA that has all the wood chips. It's like there's only supposed to be one wood in the bedroom, that kind of thing. You know, it's wood. It's all sorts of wood in the bedroom. It's not as fun as people would think. Well, he got the 6 ball, maybe draw back off the rail, come back for the 7 ball, leave himself a little bit of angle to get on the 8. But the 6 is not the easiest shot in the world right now, so. Then I was fortunate enough to meet Ned Morris out of Desert Hot Springs, and Ned's now like my uncle, so he taught me a lot of stuff, and now a lot of times we have ideas, we kind of bounce them off each other and try to see, you know, pros and cons, and just collaborate on changing different ways how we build things, and a lot of research. You know, I spent a lot of time online researching stuff, and he came around the other way with the 6 ball, left it right in the jaws for Daniel. So
what other cue makers do you admire, or that inspire you, or you draw inspiration from?
You know, I like clean work. You know, and I like people that do things beyond what their abilities or beyond what the industry standard would be. You know, I really like the craftsmanship that Ernie over at Gina Q has.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. But when I first wanted to learn, Daniel's coming around 3 rails for the 7 ball. He's leaving himself a little bit longer than he probably wanted to. But he, if he can cut this ball all the way up to the top rail, he's got natural shape for the 8 ball, and then natural shape for the 9. When I was first learning, I wanted to get into Eddie Pruitt's shop, and we're friends now. And I told him, I said, he wouldn't even open the gate. So it was pretty funny. Go knock on his door, and that's a bad miss for Daniel. And I told him we were having dinner one night, and I was like, look, I really wanted to learn from you, and you didn't open the gate. He's like, yeah, well, you might have come over with the wrong person. But,
he was afraid you were going to stalk him.
I admire Eddie's work. I admire Ernie's work. There's a couple of other builders. I don't know. He might have I think he might have gotten away with it. He's got the cue ball right behind the 8 ball. I'm not sure if Daniel could see any of that 7 ball. And the 9 might be a little on the way for the kick, so we'll see what he's going to do with this. But yeah, if I could actually get into anybody's shop to learn, it would be probably Ernie's. I've been asked to go over there a bunch of times by different friends that know him, and I've always been a little bit intimidated just because I don't want to. It's kind of hard as a cue builder to go into another cue builder shop. I admire his work. I would go in there with my head hung low and pretty humble, So hopefully one of these days I get to do it. It'd be nice. But I'm pretty happy. I've been getting a lot of good response, from my players and from the people that are, playing with my cues and stuff. And I'm approachable, so if anybody ever has any questions, I, try to.
So there's a difference between someone who's your quote-unquote player and someone who just plays with your cue?
Yeah, my players are people that are sponsored by me that are getting a better deal than, he missed this game ball in hand with 3 balls on the table. This game is pretty much over. Yeah, my players are basically like people that I given a free cue to or that I sponsored. And, there's a handful of players here that were my players at one point or another. Dave Hema was my player for a little while. Tang Ho was my player for a little while. Rodrigo Geronimo Edgy was my player for a couple of months. He won, I think out of 4 tournaments, he won 2 of them with my cue. He placed 3rd and 4th on another one, won a couple of big money matches. And then he hung up the 8 ball. These guys are good teammates. They're trying to help each other out. And I think Edgy it's a good team. Good team. You guys play as it. It's good Koch doubles 9 ball against the Ghost. And I think now Edgy got the attention of a bigger sponsor, so he might be playing for Tiger now, I believe.
He is.
And those guys are great, Tony over there at Tiger, good people, so let's see the cut on the 9 here. It's a good shot, stay away from the scratch. Well, what do we got now? 2-1, Daniel. So race to 4. Daniel's up by 1 game, 2-1, and he's got the break. A winner breaks, I believe.
And how long have you been making cues?
Almost 10 years.
Oh.
Almost 10 years.
Let me interrupt you really fast. Just so you guys know, we're still running a contest. Post photos of your pets watching POVPOOL. Hashtag POVPOOL pets. And we're giving away 3 Kamui vouchers today to 3 random people who submit them. Yeah. So you can send them to povpool@gmail.com, or you can upload them to any of the social media networks.
Yeah, if your girlfriend or your boyfriend's a furry, that does not count as a pet. You cannot. Well, I don't know. It might be interesting. You guys accepting pet photos of significant others dressed like furries?
We'll consider it.
Okay. For those of you that don't know what a furry is, it's a person that gets off on dressing up like a fussy animal. Daniel makes a 2 on the break. Cannot see the 1 ball. Other than that, table's pretty much open. Looks like he's going to try to kick it.
So out of production cues, who do you like?
Mess. Mess makes a very good production cue. They have a good variety of shafts that hit in different ways with a little bit more deflection, a little bit less deflection. So you can kind of find the one that you kind of fit in there. Tiger Products makes really good shafts. You know, you can find the right shaft for you. So you can go with a lower deflection or a higher deflection depending on what you like. And then if you're in the Los Angeles area, they're local. You know, they're in Burbank, so you know it's not very difficult to get a hold of their stuff, and they make some pretty good tips too. I like their Onyx and their Everest tip. You know, they've been making that Everest tip for a really long time, so it's I think one of the best all-around tips. You know, a lot of people are familiar with it. They used to have them on a lot of other manufacturers' cues as an OEM tip. So you know, Predator had it at one time, OB had it at one time, Jacoby had it at one time. There were a lot of manufacturers that were using the Everest tip as a stock tip. Yeah, OB apparently still using it. So it was a very familiar hit for a lot of different people, and I was using them. I was using them as a stock tip as well for a while, for a very long time actually, for the last 8 years. I think Ned Morris was using them as a stock tip as well. So it's a very good all-around tip. There are certain tips that play a little bit different. He's on the 6 here. I don't know what. Trying to see, cut it to the side pocket, and a little long on the 7. He might still be okay. He can come out of that. He's got plenty of angle to get back to the 8 ball. Yeah, but equipment-wise, you know, if I like the feel. You know, the Tiger Product shafts have a really good feel. Mesh shaft have a very good. They hit very straight, so they're very predictable. A very predictable hit. Yeah, he tried to get the little shape with the inside and got a little bit out of line on that 7 ball and caught the nipple. I can say nipple, right? That's okay?
Yeah, you can say that.
I'm trying not to use bad words, but I think nipples.
I think
nipple's okay.
Although I question why they named it a nipple, but
I don't know. We can probably Google it, but I think all the pictures that are going to come up is probably going to be a little embarrassing. You Google nipple, I don't think you're going to see what you're expecting. Daniel missed the bank on the 7 ball. He's lining up. So Reyes lining up here to take the 7 ball. Is he going to go on the side or all the way down?
You know, I play with the Mez cue.
How do you like it?
I love it, actually.
Looks like he's going to the side pocket, come back around. Oh, miscue. That's an awful time for a miscue. Not that there's a good time for a miscue, but...
I was playing with the Predator for about 5 years at least. 4 years? 4 to 5 years, something like that.
I started with the Predator a while, you know, before I could build my own stuff. And, you know, I used to... Daniel made a good shot on the 7 ball. He's got a pretty easy shot on the 8 ball. All he has to do is come back for the 9 ball, and he's good.
And, you know, I realized that... Not that I'm some great player by any means, but I lost control a lot more using the Predator than I do with the Mez cue.
Well, the Predator, Daniel's got the 9 ball, and we got the count going 3-1. Daniel over Ray. Ray having an unfortunate miscue on the 7 ball, I believe. Yeah, you know, the Predator shaft is very lively, and if you're looking for control, it's probably not the right way to go. My biggest issue with the Predator shaft was feedback. I wasn't getting all the feedback that I wanted off of it. That's why
He wants me to raise the bet.
So
Side bet.
well, you can raise the bet after the next game. So when I wanted a little bit more feedback back then, I don't think OB was around. I switched over to Tiger, and basically what I did is I had 2 shafts. I always had the Predator and the Tiger in my bag, once I started building, I started working really hard to try to find a shaft that would kind of give me the best of both worlds, just a little bit less deflection, but without sacrificing the feedback. Mm-hmm. And you know, Tiger now has newer shafts. Back then, they only had their one shaft. So now they have shafts that provide the feedback that have less deflection, and you know, Mess does the same thing, and OB does the same thing, and I don't know. I think Predator should come out with a new shaft. Just try to make one that maybe it's not spliced, or maybe just do a solid maple low deflection shaft or something that's gonna retain a little bit of the feedback. But it's hard. It's hard to retain that feedback when you bore out so much of the front of the shaft, because you're making so much of that space hollow up there that it's hard to get that vibration coming back down to the joint and then transferring over to the butt. Well, let's see what Reyes is going to do here. He could follow, come up a little bit, one rail off to the 4, but I don't know. Got to give himself enough angle to get back to the 5 ball all the way back at the top rail. Might not be enough angle. Now that 6 ball is going to go running around and probably knock the 9 ball as well. It's probably going a little top inside to come off the 6 ball and come back down 2 rails, but I don't know if that's... Oh, he looks like he's hitting low now, so maybe he can bring it back. Yeah, that's a good shot. Make the 4 ball, move the 6 without moving the 9, and come back down for the 5 ball. And I think he's straighter than he thinks. He wish he would have had a little more angle. Rodrigo Geronimo giving Ray a hard time over here, just poking him with a cue in the middle of his match. He's laughing his ass off. He's enjoying himself way too much. Oof. Well, he still has a little bit of space there. He got a little bit too close for his work on the 6 ball, but he should be able to cut this and get on the 7 ball. Cue ball's going to come out a little bit hot though. Yo, now we got an extra ball moving. That's a little unfortunate. 9 ball came down and knocked the 7 around to the top rail, and now he doesn't have a clean angle at it.
You can't hit a ball like that and expect to...
Daniel giving Ray a hard time, telling him you can't expect to hit a ball that hard and expect to get a good end result. We got to mic the players. Yeah, I've gotten mic before for TV shows and stuff like that, and you forget you have the mic on. You start talking trash, and you realize the whole production is listening to everything you're saying. It's not, it's not very nice.
Oh, believe me, there have been times where we thought that
Mike's was off, and
that too, or turned him down. And
I got mic'd up. I was doing a Toyota commercial, and they put me in the cab in the Toyota, and it was just me and the other guy, and I forgot I was mic'd. And you know, you're in your cars, you're talking all sorts of nonsense with your friend, and I look up, and everybody's waving at me to shut the hell up. Like, oh yeah, that's right, we're mic'd up. Everybody can hear everything I'm saying. Oops. You end up having one person in production that's mad dogging you the rest of the trip.
We before Daniel and I were together, he had a stream going. I think he was a little tipsy at the time.
Yeah, you know, alcohol doesn't mix with cell phones, with microphones, with video cameras.
And we were just friends at the time, and he's sitting there hitting on me, so everyone would hear. And I'm like, no, it's okay.
That's a very good shot. Daniel just cut the ball all the way down, 7 ball all the way down the rail to give himself a straight shot on the 8 ball and a little follow to make that 9 ball to end the match. Ray's not making him shoot that last ball, so...
You know, he was. You can come back to my hotel room.
Look, he would have missed it. He would have missed it. You see, he would have missed. He should have never. I would have made you shoot it twice. Well, we just saw the match between Ray and Daniel Busch. The end count on the match was 4-1 Daniel. That was, I believe, they were both in the money at that point. That's on the loser side, right?
Correct. One loss
side. So Daniel gets to keep going, and Ray is done, and then he just tries to take him out with a ball, launching a ball straight at him. That's how I take care of my friends. I just competitor, just fire a ball at their.
So stay tuned, everybody, for our next match. Should be coming up shortly.